the Future Ancients versus Flux. I think I've played against both of these teams in the past, and from me losing to both of them, I know they're pretty good. TFA is around to 4 and a 4.5k team, and Flux are roughly around the same bracket, I think. So it should be a relatively interesting game. They're pretty evenly matched. Looking at the bans, we're seeing the standard Ricky ban that we see in most Oz Dota, as well as Alchemist. This is probably more of a ban that that I like to ban as well, because I'm not a big fan of dealing with Alchemist, and if you can't deal with a hero, you're better off banning it. So that's the way I feel about it. Whereas the Future Ancients, they're banning the Void and Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon, one of those really strong heroes that can both save people or like high ground push with illusions. To mention a strong hard counter to most called hard carries like Vector or Anti-Mage or stuff which relies on illusion-based heroes. And so what we're looking at now with the picks, we've got a Drow pick for Flux, really strong just in terms of 5-man and being able to push really early, but immediately the Future Ancients come up with the Mirana and Kunkka. So the Mirana's probably a deny pick more than anything else for the Drow Ranger, because Drow plus Mirana makes some pretty hard laning choices. So the Kunkka as well is also really good because you can set up the arrow with X really well. Like if you can X the person instead you can arrow him into the X, and then if the Kunkka's good, you can basically X marks the guy into the arrow immediately. Not to mention Kunkka's initiation is really long with 1,000 range X's, and not to mention the boat buff, which will make the team really tanky if he gets it. And if it ends up being a core Kunkka, the cleaves could also be really strong against a lot of these squishy range heroes like Drow. Vengeful Spirit coming out for Flux, and this is a really strong pickup for saving people, such as Drow Ranger. Like Drow have far away from enemies to be able to do lots of damage. So if say a Mirana jumps into Burster down, then a swap can come out to give her that extra range to help out. Not to mention, like, you can swap people out of, say, getting hit by arrow or stuff like that. Meanwhile, the banning on Future Ancients, they're coming out with the Slider. This is another really strong Aussie sort of hero that gets a lot. It's just, like, really strong in terms of, like, initiation, like, armor reduction, vision. It just gives, like, a lot of stuff that, so it makes it, like, really, versatile in that sense. And Invoker ban as well coming up. I'm not sure if the Flux Dota actually plays Invoker. I think they do, I want to say. Just because it's such a strong hero and it's like very versatile in that way. Really good team fight, goes late game, has many different item builds you can go, whether you go for like Orchid or with the Quaswex, or if you go for other things. Meanwhile, we're seeing a Morphling ban on Flux. This is probably another one of those heroes that you just don't want to deal with. That being said, you probably can deal with it pretty well with Drow Ranger. What's called, the Morphling's attack range is not very big, so you'd have to waveform into the Drow to damage and allow him to hit her. But the Gust is sort of counter in a way. It does silence the Morphling, and until he gets a Manta, he's gonna be really squishy. So finally, we're seeing the Elder Titan ban from Flux, and I'm surprised it got this far actually. Usually, Elder Titan is really strong. I'd almost like expect the Elder Titan over the Kunkka for TFA, but yeah, it looks like Flux have deemed it worthy of a ban in the second phase, and so it doesn't go through. Another good synergy is. Wait, we're seeing Slark now. I do like Slark actually against Drow Ranger. It's one of those heroes that just kind of like leaps in, jumps on someone and just doesn't let go until they die. And if someone is a Drow Ranger, then like you basically won the team fight in that regard, because he's pretty squishy and does a lot of damage. So probably gonna have to see some team fight picked up from Flux Dota, maybe like a Tide Hunter or I'm not quite sure what they can pick up. Like, I would prefer like a Void or something like that, but it has been banned in the first phase. I'm seeing a Lion this time. I'm actually not a big fan of Lion and Vengeful Spirit paired up together. They both make sense in a way. Like they both have stuns. They both like the Venge has a way of saving people. The Lion has a way of bursting people. The Mana Drain is good for like say a Medusa if it comes out, or any illusion-based heroes like Naga or Terrorblade or anything like that. Not to mention the Hex is really good. Like I think Lion is really versatile, but in the same sense Spirit is as well, but in different ways. So I don't know if that might be a bad decision or not. It could be fine if they've run this lineup before. I just personally don't tend to have a lot of success with these two supports. It also could be a counter to the Slark in a way, because Pale you don't have to cast on a target cast thing. Also, you can, if you get a blink early on, you can actually catch the Slark unawares and burst him down really easily. Yeah, like I'm wondering what TFA are going to go for. They usually like to go for like Death Prophets and stuff like that, like really strong sort of mid laners that can dominate the lane and then follow it up with a tower. So I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up something out like that now, but I'm not too keen on Prophet against Drow Ranger generally, like because the Drow can just stand back and like get away at the Prophet. So and Invoker has been banned as well, so probably not going to pick that up. I think what they can actually go for. They probably might just pick up another support point, unless the Mirana is going to be 4th position. But then you're putting a Kunkka in either mid lane or 5 position. And I'm not a big fan of Kunkka in 5 position. I prefer him in the 4th position as well. Like, can technically do some damage or get some really good items like Aether Lens and stuff like that. So we're seeing a Disruptor now. I do like this hero. I like it in the sense that like you get a really Drow Ranger and then he gets swapped out. You can glimpse him back, so he stays inside wherever he was getting jumped on. But the same can be said about X marks the spot, really. Like, and there might be some counter synergy there in terms of like you X someone and then you glimpse him and then they get sent back somewhere else and then you X him back into this other thing. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. Like, Kunkka's always been a counter to Disruptor in a way, so like yeah, it's interesting that they've picked up both of those heroes. So it looks like Flux is gonna have to pick up a mid laner and an off laner. They're probably gonna pick up the off laner now, and it's gonna be Beastmaster. I really love Beastmaster actually. Hero gives you heaps of vision, very mobile. What's called the pushing potential is like really good as well. Not to mention the boar slow is like godly. It's ridiculous. I think they nerfed it as well to the point where like doesn't affect the slow doesn't affect BKB targets now. But I don't see any of these heroes really get BKB. I do think Beastmaster against Slark is a bit. However, like you can purge the ultimate. The Slark can tell when there's a burst by the ultimate's movement speed and regen. And we're seeing the future ancients actually. They're gonna ban out the Death Prophet. I think they do value Death Prophet. It makes sense that if they're not gonna get it, then they ban it out. But I don't think I've seen Flux to play Death Prophet before. I feel like that's more of a TFA sort of hero. Now, Flux ban out the Tide Hunter. I thought that would be a better hero than Beastmaster, honestly, in terms of this game. But since they're not going to pick it up, they might as well ban it out. And now they're going to have to pick up a mid laner.
10 seconds.
And I'm curious as to what they're going to go for.
5 seconds.
About 45 seconds of reserve time, so they've got a bit of time to think about this if they want.
Reserve time.
The thing that they're lacking right now is AoE, so they may want to go for like a tempo controller, maybe a puck or a Quap, maybe. I'm not a big fan of Quap anymore. I do like puck still. I think Quap might be a really strong hero in this game. What else has got really good AoE? Quite sure, like stuff in the mid lane that could be really good. Maybe something that can 5-man really easily. Like the only thing I think of really is puck. Probably good 5-man. They've got 15 seconds left, so
10 seconds.
let's see if they go for that or if they go for something else. but I don't think they're lacking in A. Storm Spirit, okay. This is actually a really greedy pickup because now it's the final pick for TFA, and they can hard counter that in certain ways. Like, what can they pick up? I like Tinker, honestly.
10 seconds.
It's a bit hard in the late game, but you don't have to go late with Tinker. You sort of
5 seconds remaining.
push earlier on and sort of win that way. But
Reserve time.
what else is really good against Storm? Like, basically, if you don't pick a melee hero, you're gonna do well against Storm. Actually, no. If they're probably gonna go Mirana, isn't it? Lane? I think Mirana does pretty well against Storm as well. You just sort of keep hitting away at the Storm Spirit, and eventually you just do too well. So we're gonna see Batrider. So, Batrider against Vengeful Spirit, not so great, but the Vengeful Spirit and close enough to save whoever's getting hit Batrider. So, yeah, it's interesting. I do like Batrider against Storm Spirit though, because the Batrider has heaps of chase potential as well as initiation, and if you can catch the could be pretty good. And I have to pause somehow. For some reason I can't move my camera. I may have to just. Alright, I'm gonna reconnect.
Oh, thanks.
Thirty seconds to battle. The battle begins.
The prize is mine.
Stupendous!
Or
You have no right.
Smart.
Gold from my chest.
Kill. Okay.
is under attack.
Denied.
Yet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Alright, how do I sound now? Am I coming through alright? I'm using my like bad mic, so it may sound a bit like scratchy or whatever it is, but hopefully it isn't too bad. I'll change back to the other mic if this is working. Meanwhile, Batrider taking a whole bunch of stacks, getting level 7. Hasn't put any points in his hasn't got a point in playing the Asher yet. It makes sense in a way because like you do jungle faster if you have more points in this, but it's more about efficiency than anything else. So, but once he gets a blink dagger, he really should be getting flaming lasso, which should probably be his next level, I think, because he's pretty close to it. Beastmaster hits level 6, so he's catching up in a way, and the Slark is sort of being pressured by, I'm guessing, the boars, sort of. How's Yodi, by the way? Can you let me know what's going on with that? Whether it's better? Meanwhile, Kunkka level 4, not hit level 6 yet. Kind of want these two supports to hit level 6 soon, but they're really low on experience for the moment. Meanwhile, seeing a smoke gang coming in. And they get a roar up on the Slark. Let's see if they can follow up with CS with the control. No, they can't. And Slark gets the leap away and sort of walk away. Now, they don't have swap or anything like that, so they're not going to be able to catch up the Slark. Meanwhile, arrow coming in. Maybe. Oh, Hex coming out on the Mirana. He can leap away technically. Oh, he's going for the Invis rune. And can he leap away? He can't leap away. It's on cooldown still. Wow. Glint's coming up on the Storm Spirit, so they are going to catch up the Storm Spirit. And Slark has come back as well. X marks on the Vengeful Spirit, but that's not going to amount to much. Meanwhile, the Sticky Napalm is going to be slowing these supports down, and these supports are not very fast to begin with, so they're going to get caught out now. And Torrent coming in, going to finish off the Lion. Alright, cool. Do you want me to change my audio back to the other one, or is this mic not too bad? Like, because I'm pretty sure my other mic is better, but if this mic is fine, then I won't change the settings. So the fight recap. So that was a relatively equal exchange in terms of like damage done and XP, but the gold chains definitely were in favor of the future ancients. And we're seeing as well they're really proactive in terms of stacking for the Batrider. Batrider he's already got his blink dagger as well, so he's gonna get a 4-star really fast, I think. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit has got a point booster. I do prefer if you're going for this sort of item build. Like, I do like the idea of point booster. It gives you like HP, gives you a lot of mana as well. Like, increases your HP and mana pool, which is always good because it makes you tankier. But I do like the mana bits because it makes you more efficient in terms of the mana. Not to mention, like, I'm one of those guys who just like farms in the jungle with Storm Spirit as soon as I'm like, I've got enough thing. Oh, it actually does have mana boots. Okay, that's good then. Best thing about mana boots is when you can drop the mana boots, soul ring up, and then you end up with more mana than you had before. So he's going to be starting to take some stacks here. There's not really many stacks that I'm saying, but Storm Spirit, not the best at taking stacks generally. Like he can take them, but he's not better than like say Bat Rider. Ah, sweet. I might just keep it then. So meanwhile, Kunkka reaching level 6. This is the best build I like to go for. Sometimes I like to get 1 point in the cleave, but that's usually against like say heroes that can blink out or whatever it is, like that have blink daggers, because then you can like cancel the blink dagger with a Tidebringer and stuff like that. They're scanning the Drow Ranger, and instead they're gonna find the Vengeful Spirit. I feel like that last one probably wasn't necessary. I think they had the Glimpse and the X, so I don't think they really needed much more than that. They had the Marana coming too, so I didn't see them really losing that. Meanwhile, Slark's still farming up, getting an Echo Saber first. This is a really good item for farming as well. It increases your mana pool as well as mana regen, as well as increases your attack speed by giving you essentially 2 hits instead of 1. So it's a really good farming item, but it doesn't really do anything in terms of initiation. So it's actually good in this situation. I think it's a good tech choice because yep, shiz. Yep, I won't change. So this the Slark item is actually I like it in terms of what they're doing now, because they need to push out. Yeah, they need to push out these towers if they want to deny map vision for the Slark to get a Shadow Blade. We're seeing 3 TPs, so they're really going to try and defend this. And the lead comes out. They're going to glimpse out the Lion, so he can't do anything else. Beastmaster Roars come out, Gust on the Disruptor, so Disruptor can't do anything. Drow Range is too close though, so he's lost a bit of damage in terms of being able to hit these people. Getting hit by Boat as well, and X, so he's going to fall down as well. And that was definitely not worth it. Slark gets away after the Roar. The Glimpse stops the Lion from being able to help out in any other way. And meanwhile we're seeing X coming out of Marana. Doesn't have leap at all, so he's just going to fall, it looks like. X coming out on Storm Spirit, so Storm Spirit are going to try and zip away from this? No, he's just going to walk away. They know that he's not going to jump on him. They have a ward up here, so I guess they saw it. They might follow up, so he's going to get into Invis. So if we look at the fight recap here, we can see this is definitely in favor of Flux. They managed to pick up 2 heroes. It didn't initially seem like a good idea because they only picked up the Disruptor for the Drow and was it the Beastmaster that died? No, the Beastmaster just didn't get anything out of it. So it seemed like a waste in terms of time and resources. But they did manage to find the Marana, and the Marana's the biggest kill at the moment, except for the Slark, obviously. But if we look at net worth now, we can see Storm Spirit is, which makes sense in a way. He has been farming jungle, and like he is a really fast jungler in that sense, being able to do a lot of AoE skills. They're putting a lot of resources into this Disruptor, getting his level 7 now. So he's got max glimpse, really strong at the max level, has a really low cooldown and really long range. Slark continuing to farm up now. I'm surprised he didn't disassemble his Ring of Bacillus for the Echo Saber, but it is a really cheap, really cost-effective item, so that's good. Manages to find the bird and kill it, so Beastmaster blink as well. Is he going to find him? No, he doesn't. And but he does see the Marana ult, so he's able to see that. Is he going to get his Roar? No, but he does get swapped back into a Bat Rider ult. Wow. And Disruptor coming in to try and cast this Sack Storm. And Lion, not sure what's going on there. He looks like he didn't notice it when he brought his back, so yeah, I guess he just got glimpsed back and that's it. Storm's sort of being unable to help. He's more of a pick-off hero, like really good at one-on-ones sort of thing because he just like kills them really fast. But against 4 heroes, it's probably best not to go into that. And I'm seeing a lot of pings coming out for that ward. I'm guessing they're really happy about that ward being there, I guess. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mirana's just pushing out that lane. He's almost got his Aghanim Scepter. I do like this build, rushing instead of like going for like phase boots or treads or anything like that, because it like takes away from your ability to get kills with your ultimate. But meanwhile, a 1-for-1 trade, the Slark gets picked off, and so does the Disruptor actually by Drow Ranger. Drow is like a really strong hero in terms if he gets like all of his frost arrows. Blinking coming out from Beastmaster, trying to catch up this Kunkka, and a big zip coming out from Stormtrooper. He has got regen rune, so he can keep coming. We're seeing some sticky napalm to try and slow down this Beastmaster, but he does get X back. And TFA able to disengage. Really well played by them. Being able to realize that they've lost too many people to continue fighting, and being able to get away from a Blink Dagger Beastmaster and a Storm Spirit with a regen rune. That's like a really strong. Storm Spirit does come out with the a Bloodstone as well, and does get 2 charges on it immediately, so he's going to start snowballing if TFA aren't careful. An arrow coming in, going to pick up the Vengeful Spirit. Storm Spirit actually getting caught out by the Fat Rider Blink Dagger as well. Really strong team fight by TFA. They had the awareness to be like, Nova, throw an arrow out, hit the Vengeful Spirit. As soon as you hit that, then the Bat Rider can come in and not get swapped out because the Venge is stunned. So it looks like they're going to turn this into a push potentially. They do have a catapult, but they're denying it. So meanwhile, Axe comes up on the Mirana, so that's probably why that team fight went over so quickly. And it looks like they want to try and defend. Flux, they're looking to. They don't really have much of a frontliner except for maybe like the Beastmaster. Yeah, like they can't really sort of have someone in front to take all the hits if they need to. Again, D-Ward's coming up from Hawkeye Pierce. A really common spot to D-Ward, you just put a sentry ward right here. It'll spot here, and yeah, it's just a really solid place to put a sentry. They also get some vision, so they can see if anyone's going for Roche. It also covers like that whole entrance area. Looks like Vengeful Spirit's going to go on a warding mission as well. Hopefully not ward up here. Jungle. This is like a really defensive ward. It'll scout out anyone who tries to jump on the bottom lane, Drow Ranger, like anyone who comes from like the side from around here or something like that. Bat Rider continuing to farm up. Got his Blink Dagger. Working towards a Yule Scepter. I really do like Yule Scepter a lot because if someone's say TPing out, then you can use Yule Scepter to cancel Blink Daggers without having to resort to your Flame Break. And that way you can use your Flame Break as a displacement tool as opposed to a what's called a TP disjoining thing. Seeing some more warding coming out. Lion does get spotted placing a ward down, but I don't think they notice that. So they're going to de-ward here. Are they going to see that? Yeah, they do see it. So going to place a ward over there. And is he going to get hit by an arrow? No, he isn't. Barrow's come. He's got hit by Roche, so he's not going to be able to blink, but now he is. He doesn't have to use lasso though. He can basically just use his yeah, Flame Break, like I said before, to bring him close to Firefly and die that way. You know, Slark hasn't got a Shadow Blade yet, but it looks like he's going to try and ambush this Beastmaster. However, the Beastmaster does see him now, and they are going to blink away. And but now it looks like Storm's going to try and manfight him maybe, and ultimately straight away from making sure to not get roared and get picked off because his Dark Pact was on cooldown at that time. Gotta be really careful as the Slark there because he doesn't have any HP items, like unless you count the Echo Saber. But he still only has 1,200 HP, and against a Storm Spirit with now 10 Bloodstone charges, like Storm Spirit does do a lot of damage generally. Like Lion doesn't have blink yet. We're pretty close to it though. If he comes out of this team fight on top, this potential team fight, then he'll definitely be seeing a blink dagger really soon. And Mirana illusion coming out, getting hexed by the Lion. Arrow coming through as well, just to scout things out. Not seeing anything just yet. And this tower's probably just gonna fall, I think. Like, this catapult is just, if it doesn't get killed. Okay, yeah, they're gonna focus on the catapult. So this tower's probably gonna get denied now. It's only 77 HP, so that'll be fine. Meanwhile, a really aggressive ward being placed down, and I think Lion just pinged that as well, so he may have known what was going on there, and they may try and de-ward that soon. Meanwhile, Slark just continuing to farm up, getting really close to a Shadow Blade. Once he gets that, he'll be fine. And he doesn't actually notice that his ultimate went off cooldown before that went off, so he's gonna just get picked off now. Mirana coming out to try and save him, but Storms through a big zip, comes in, and secures the kill basically. For Genji. Genji playing really well on this Beastmaster. I usually don't like getting Blink Dagger first, but against this lineup, getting pickoffs is really strong, and hence it's a really good item for that sense. But he's going back for the Necrobook now, so definitely a really strong pickup to burn mana and push towers and stuff like that. But it looks like even with the Slark dead, they're gonna... Looks like TFA are gonna maybe push this. No, they're just pushing out the wave so they can put some pressure on this lane. And you notice like the Vengeful Spirit has to be, and the Lion as well. They have to be right next to each other, next to the Drow Ranger, to be able to save her. So they're not actually getting a lot. And actually, they smoke right next to the creep wave. It is darkness, so they might not be able to. They might not have seen it, but they may have seen the Drow coming out of smoke just then by right clicking. And it looks like they're gonna try and go for some kind of pick off, but they're making the play to go top where the Slark is, and shutting down the Slark early on is really good. Like the Slark still doesn't have the Shadow Blade now, and it is 23 minutes in. Technically he should have had it like a couple of minutes earlier, but he has been dying a few too many times. Oh, we're seeing a Batrider Lasso forced up back into the fight, into Torrent, and that's gonna be a dead Drow. Unfortunately, Drow hasn't been having the best game so far, mostly because of the way TF has been playing. Like, TFA, they've been really focusing on shutting down this Drow. Meanwhile, Slark pops his ultimate, gets Roared and Hex, everything being used on this Slark just to try and kill him off. Did he end up buying a Shadow Blade? Yeah, it looks like he did. It was getting shipped out to him as well, but not going to get there in time. But while they used all their spells there, they're not going to be able to defend this lane. Is he going to get glimpsed back? Yeah, he does get glimpsed back. Wow, okay. And Arrow coming in. Gondi being able to dodge that really nicely. But a Flame Break coming out on Raptor, and that allows the X-Marks to be close enough to hit. But the Torrent combination fails. That's a really big whiff right there. It's not an easy combo to hit generally. Like, if you do... cast from too far away, you'll have to, it makes you move closer and stuff like that, and that can affect the way you hit your torrents and stuff. It can affect the timings generally. Not to mention Kunka's what's called his attack, his animations for his casting, his cast point animations. Sorry, are generally really bad. So Barrow comes in, he's gonna lasso the Beastmaster, and Beastmaster's just gonna die right there. Gets some axes off to do a bit of damage, but that's it. Meanwhile, Slark uses Purge, so he's gonna have to Shadow Blade away to get out of this. Storms through it. He's getting closer to his Orchid as well. He's got enough money for a second Oblivion Staff, so he's only about 700 gold away from getting his Orchid. And once he gets that, like, this Slark is gonna have to be really quick on the buzzer with that Purge to be able to purge that off. And if not, he may have to go for like a Manta or a BKB. I do like BKB in this game actually. Like, if you get a BKB, nothing can really touch you because you can, like, only Beastmaster Raw can touch you, and say swap. But like, you can purge off the Beastmaster as well, so you just save your Beastmaster. Yeah, you save your purge for that time then. Meanwhile, driving for an S and Y. I do like it in a way. It is good because it does give you heaps of movement speed, so you can run away from stuff. But it's just not a very common item I see in most ranged carries nowadays. Used to be really good on range carries and melee carries alike, but I think they nerfed the what's it called, the ranged stuff. Like the attack slow is lower, the attack chance is lower. So yeah, attacks a movement slow and stuff like that. Like the main chance basically is lower. The main strength is lower as well. Whereas before, I think it was like a, what was it like? It was the same main regardless, but the chance was a lot lower or something like that. Or it might have been the same actually. I'm not sure. Scan coming out on the ancients. I think that's from TFA. They did see it. They might have seen a stack there, so they might be thinking, oh, they might be going for a stack. But the Drow hasn't got a Helmet the Dominator, so they have just been stacking it by themselves. Meanwhile, the Drow range are getting picked off now. Is he going to get picked off? He's pretty tanky actually. With that S and Y, it's actually helped out. But with Slug being able to purge out all those stuns, but not the Storm Spirit stun. And that's going to be it. He's going to get picked off. I think that was a bit too risky of a play. They didn't have vision of the rotation. They didn't have like disrupted to flip back any of the TPs in. We do see a massive boat coming in, as well as Disruptor ult, being able to pick off 4 heroes. Wow, that's ridiculous. They kill the Storm Spirit before the Glimpse even comes out. That's ridiculous. So it looks like they've managed to turn this around from Slark getting too carried away to the whole of Flux getting too carried away, thinking they can fight into what was essentially like a 3-man boat and torrent combination. On top of the Batrider getting Lotus Orbs as well. That was a really big play from Nova Clips, sorry. Because I think Nova's a mid laner. So yeah, it looks like TFA are going to be taking that tower pretty easily. Drow didn't die because she was like back in base healing up, but I am liking these aggressive woods. It's able to scout things out, and they really need that sort of stuff. Storm Spirit zipping in. Not quite sure what that was for. He's basically out of mana at this point in time. But maybe he saw some like Firefly or something like that and thought he could pick someone off. But it looks like they're going to be smoking, and there's no vision of this as well, so they're just going to invade the jungle now. And I do like putting Benji in front. He can magic missile. He's probably the least important in terms of dying. And they're going to find the Hunker, and they're going to roar him too. Wow. They used Roar, Hex, and the stun from Venture Spirit. I feel like that was a bit overkill, really. Disruptor using his static field to... was it kinetic field, sorry? To give vision. It does give a lot of vision actually, it's a really good skill for that. And they're even going to scan the high ground to see if there's anyone up there, but there's not going to be anyone up there, so looks like they're going to try and D-ward maybe. And this is probably not the smartest idea, seeing as that there was the whole team was still there. Storm Spirit being a really strong pick-off hero, able to jump in really far. Doesn't matter if he's like all the way back here, he can still jump in and pick off any support that tries to D-ward. So that ward does get killed off anyway, but yeah, it's probably not worth the investment of one disruptor. That being said, like if I'm thinking about the late game, I want to say Flux have the better late game. They do have a Drow does go late in terms of damage if there aren't any like super late carries, and there aren't really any super late carries. It's like maybe a Slark, but Slark I don't really see as a super late carry, more of a late game. Like if this game goes like 60 minutes, then I feel like Drow does better than Slark maybe. I'm not quite sure. Like it feels that way at least in my mind. And like Batrider is more locked down and controlled than anything else, like damage or anything like that. Kunga can turn into a late game carry if needed, but like his damage is also like it comes in chunks sort of thing. So if you can dodge it, or if the fight doesn't last very long, then he doesn't do that much damage. Same with Mirana as well. Mirana can go really late actually, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. Marna does have a ultimate orb now, probably going for a Lincoln Sphere, I think. I don't mind this item. I do like E-Blade or Dagon or whatever it is, like just going for the pure burst so you can burst down the Drow Ranger early on. Because she has gone for a lot of HP items. She's gone for the Dragon Lance as well as S and Y, and now she's even going for an Ags. So she's gone full tank. BKB up on Scroats now, so looks like they want to maybe jump on the Spat Rider, on the Drow, and they actually miss out on him. Oh, and X coming out on Beastmaster. He couldn't actually roar the Lotus Orb target, so unable to do that. Meanwhile, Ben's being picked off. It looks like the Lion and the Stormtrooper are getting picked off by the Disruptor. Disruptor tried to communicate away, but he doesn't get fast enough. Stormtrooper ends up killing him, but the two spots go down. They do manage to save the Drow, so that's a consolation prize in a way. One support for two though, so it's not the best sort of thing. And that Lotus Orb is going to be really crucial as well in the upcoming engagements, because Stormspirit, all of his skills except for Remnant, obviously, and Zip, are target based sort of thing. So like Orchid as well as the Zip. Oh, and he actually gets the arrow, and that's a lot of damage coming out. And X as well. So is he going to just die? He's just going to die. Wow, that's ridiculous. Like just the amount of damage they have right then and there, as well as the control they have. The Storm didn't even try to zip away. It's it probably just was controlled too much. Meanwhile, the Aether Lens X Lux able to help get the Drow Ranger from all the way on high ground, but the Venge Drop comes in and saves the day, sort of thing. It was almost a bit unnecessary, seeing as Drow is like so tanky, has 2000 HP, almost has Ags basically now actually, and yeah, probably gonna get the Maelstrom afterwards to support that item. And meanwhile, Perch coming out on Slark gets used to farm the creep wave right next to where the Storm Spirit was. So the Storm Spirit just able to zip afterwards, and knowing that there was no Perch, was able to silence him and kill him off. So that's another Bloodstone charge. Back up to 8 now. So that death that he had, not so much as big a deal. It's still a big deal. Like you sort of stop snowballing if you don't have as much charges. I do like to have at least 12 because that's what you start off with. But yeah, like if he can survive these next few engagements, he should be fine. You know, Batrider farming like a lot. He's in second. What's called net worth, beating even the Drow and the Storm Spirit. Meanwhile, looks like Beastmaster's pinging some wards. He's pinging up there as well. I think they may have seen Kunkka place a ward up there, so I think they know now that there's a ward up there, and they're gonna smoke. Yeah, they're gonna smoke over there. They're probably gonna smoke into that ward area, because if you can smoke into ward areas, then it usually gives a false insecurity. It's like, oh, there's a ward here, so no one can see me. No, I can't see anyone. Sorry. So I can farm up, like say the Ancients or that camp or whatever it is. Not to mention, if you ward here, it usually means something. Either like I want to take Roche or something like that. So they do have a ward here, so they see that there's no one here, but there's a Marana, and I don't think he knows about this Roche being taken. Yeah, he doesn't. So Storm's just going to pick that up, and that's going to be a really big pickup for him. He's going to be able to. Oh wow, they actually get the Beastmaster. Genzi's gonna get away scot-free, I guess. Nice. Yeah, if Marana jumped in to use a Starstorm combo, then Lion would probably be there with the quick X. Batrider with a boost of travel now, moving at 430 move speed. Pretty good stuff. We're seeing a Skull Basher coming out of Slark. I really do think you need a BKB on this hero at some point, especially against that Storm Spirit. Is going to be like hunting you down ruthlessly, as well as the Beastmaster probably as well. Like either one of those two heroes can kill you in one shot now, like by themselves basically. So Lincoln Sphere coming up on Marana. Like even the Lincoln Sphere is not too bad. Like you can sort of make things harder on the opponent, and like as soon as Lincoln pops, you just use your Purge, and you got 3 seconds of respite basically. Is it 3 seconds? Delay 1.5. And I want to say it lasts 1.5, right? It lasts about 1 second. Yeah, like you get about 2.5 seconds of not being able to get hit by anyone. And they're gonna de-ward the jungle down. And they're gonna place a ward over here. This is actually, I do like this ward better than over here generally, because this ward here always gets dewarded. You see, like, this is the most common sentry ward place. But over here, it's out of range of here, and you can see, like, up this angle here, as well as entrances to the jungle. So the only place you can't see is anyone that comes up there, but if you place like a ward like anywhere around here, you can see that entrance too. So instead of buying one ward here, you can place 2 wards more spread out, and you can do more with it. And it also helps that you have a Slark here, you can find out where the wards are. And he's got a Vanguard actually. This is actually not too bad. Like, if you tank yourself up, then you don't need a BKB, technically speaking. But it's still good to have a BKB. Meanwhile, Hasterin up on Bat Rider, and he's spotted out by the bird, so he's probably not gonna get a pick off anywhere around here. He doesn't really have any vision either, like, not that I'm aware of. Like, he doesn't have this one here, but it's about to expire, and it's not really seeing anyone right now, so... let's see... Ranger, since he's got his Ags, he's managed to farm up 2.9k. Drink Vodka's been really farming pretty well, considering like the start he had. He was sort of getting picked off a couple of times early on, but he managed to pull it back a bit, and now he's able to farm a lot more freely. Sort of catching up to Bat Rider. Nova's still very much in the lead, just because of the way Ags works. It just makes you farm faster, and how early she got it. Well, he got it, I guess, I don't know. But Drow, now that he's got his, now that Drow's got his Ags, he's gonna be able to farm a lot faster with it too. As you can see, like, he's already farmed up quite a bit. Let's see, what's Storm Spirit going for now? He's got a Lincoln Sphere, and he's got a gem as well. Okay. He really should be trying to use his Aegis. I think they may have run out of smokes actually. Yeah, they have. Yeah, this might be like a bit of a blunder on their part. Just using too many smokes in the mid game. Like, their smokes did get a lot done. Generally, they got a Roche with it. They got a couple of kills with it at one point. But now they're in a position where they have an advantageous sort of position with the Storm Aegis, but they're just sort of unable to use it really. Yeah, so just looks like it's gonna be a farm fest for now. Like, I do think that Flux do have this late, especially with the Storm Spirit. They just don't have enough control for the Storm Spirit. If the Kunga gets like a Hex, or Bat Rider gets a Hex, which looks like he may be going for, if not a Lincoln Sphere. He does have a BKB, so he doesn't really need Lincolns, I don't think. So it probably is a Hex, I think, like, because you can blink Hex and then lasso afterwards. Also, the Yules is really good for like popping Lincolns as well, so you can still pick up the Storm Spirit relatively well, easily. So yeah, they're just look like CFA are pushing in the waves, making sure that Flux can't leave their base, and it's a really solid strategy in terms of like just being able to like force them to stay inside their base, sort of thing, and like deny vision and stuff. But it looks like they see Bat Rider here. This is a really cute ward. I really like that. Like I don't think the Slark is gonna be walking in that area very much, so that ward is probably gonna stay up for a while. I'm really liking what both these teams are doing in terms of warding. They're thinking outside the box and not just placing in standard spots and thinking about whatever. You know, it looks like they're trying to make a play on top lane on this Bat Rider. We'll see if the Bat Rider can get Blink off or BKB off. He does have Blink, but Beastmaster does Blink into the fire, and he's unable to catch out the Bat Rider, unfortunately. So it looks like Scroats, the captain, is going to be fine, just fine. Meanwhile, the Avenge is pinging them to maybe go back for that camp when it respawns. Looks like they're scanning there. That's probably just to make sure the Drow doesn't get picked off by anyone. They don't really have any vision over here, so they can't tell if anyone's being picked off, gonna pick them off. Like, they did see the Bat Rider top lane, but Bat Rider does have boots of travel, so he could have boots of traveled in and come back. Meanwhile, Disruptor probably going for a 4-staff now, if not a Yule Scepter. I do like Yule Scepter actually, because it gives you 2.5 seconds of not being in the fight, which against the Storm Threat is pretty big news. Let's see. Slark may be saving for buyback, but he does have for the Abyssal now, I believe. No, he needed a bit more money, so now he has the money. If he wants to buy it. I do like Abyssal for the pure fact that it does increase your tankiness as well. Oh, you got a arrow on the Vengeful Spirit. That'd be the perfect time to jump on someone, but the Lion is also here with Blink Dagger, able to hex whoever gets jumped on. Batrider is just walking in like it's no big deal with a haste rune, and he's actually gonna get jumped on. But the boat is coming in, he's gonna try and save him, but he's gonna the Beastmaster is gonna get bursted down. The Lion Finger doesn't do enough damage. I mean, like, even with the BKB, Batrider is really safe. Slark getting stunned by the Vengeful Spirit, but Vengeful Spirit is just gonna die as well. Meanwhile, Storm, the Marauder is able to pick off the Drow Range in the backline, and the Drow has to buy back immediately. But I don't think it's even going to matter that much. Like, even with the buyback, what can you do? Stormtrooper is able to zip in and do a bit of damage, but now he's out of mana and he has to go back and heal. Meanwhile, E-Blade comes out, but not the combo. Looks like Drow's got a 4-staff now, well, the Hurricane fight, so he's going to be fine. Stormtrooper comes back in, but he gets X, so he's being forced back into the fight. He still has managed to get away, but he doesn't get back by the backer. And Marauder blinks into the Drow to stop him from doing so much damage. Storm is going to bite back, and he's going to zip and zap away, trying to get some more damage in. The Marauder is silenced as well, so he can't do anything for now. But is he spotted out? Oh, he leaps away, he leaps out of the range of that Rem there. Lincoln is going to pop, but he's just going to die in the right place. Okay, so that's a dieback on Drow Ranger, but they do manage to get a 5-man wipe, as well as save their Raxes. So I don't really know if that's... I feel like that is worth it. They do get heaps of experience in that regard, but and I guess they win in terms of the goal exchange as well. Like only they buy back on 2 of their heroes, but they do make it out with more money in the end. So what looked to be a really good engagement for the future Ancients turned out to be going the other way. Really well played by Wado, by the way. Like being able to zip in like that, do a lot of damage, get out, able to like Bloodstone heal like the Drow, I think it was, as she was getting bursted down. I think, oh maybe the Drow died before that, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, able to buy back immediately and zip back in and get more done. So now he's just gonna be farming up, trying to get his farm back up. He's got 4k gold now, so he could technically go for another item. I do like the idea of just getting boosted travel, so you can do what he's doing now, where like you sort of split pushing, but also get back to base really early. Because like obviously TP scroll costs a thing. Oh, and looks like Batrider tried TPing in into a creep that died. Okay, and looks like Cade couldn't get the deny off. Unfortunate. Beastmaster is here though, so he's spotted, by the way, so they may try and pick him up. Yeah, they do. And Barrow lasso into X combo, and Slark with the leash to secure the kill, but Mirana's coming in with the quick burst, able to steal the kill off everyone. So yeah, Stormtrooper with 4.7k gold, go for a Hex maybe, or Shivas, both of which are pretty strong. Well, I probably won't see an Ags, I don't think. But let's see. Bench has Aether Lens, that's all it really needs. Like, obviously you can get like a 4-star for Glimmer Cape, anything else to help out his team. But it looks like Roshan is going to be going the way of the future Ancients. But not if they can help it, really. Is there a Yule Scepter on any of you guys? No, there isn't. And it looks like they're going to pick up the Vengeful Spirit. Meanwhile, Lasso... Was it Lasso that came out? No, it wasn't. It was just Yule Scepter. Yule Scepter comes out on... Oh my god. There's so much going on. Boat coming in, getting a kill on everyone. Everyone is dying except for Storm Spirit, who wasn't even there. He was just farming. I totally messed up that team fight, but yeah, basically they caught the Vengeance Spirit out so he couldn't swap anyone in, and then the Batrider came in and didn't really need to lasso, just sort of used his Sticky Napalm to give vision, his Firefly to give vision as well, and Mirana came in with the big burst, the Tiger came in with the X, and they can actually pick up a beat with the E-Blade into Starstorm combo. And he's also got a Dagon as well. Didn't even have to use that fight on that guy as well. So they're going to go for range, see if they're going to go for the range racks and probably get the melee one as well before anyone's back up. Stormtrooper can do some stuff if he wants to, but it's probably not going to amount to much because with the X coming out, he's going to be really careful with that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It looks like the TFA are going to go for a second set of Raxes. So I'll be interested to see if they're going to get it. It looks like they are. And actually Mirana's come all the way to the fountain basically to pick up the Lion. Managed to pick him off. And the lasso comes down with Stormtrooper, able to break the Olympians, and now they've got a Hex as well on him. So much control for the Stormtrooper. Like it's just it's just not fair, you know. It's not fair to the Stormtrooper. He likes to zip and zap away, and he just can't do that if he gets lassoed into Hex. That's like 6 seconds of stun. And like 6 seconds is too much. And a gust coming out on the Mirana, unable to hit actually, able to leap away at the last second. So meanwhile Stormtrooper is coming in, and the Mirana is coming with the E-Blade Dagon, misses the arrow, but he's still done over half damage. Hex coming out from Batrider onto the Drow Ranger, and Drink Vodka is going to be falling down again. Unfortunately. Meanwhile, Slark picks off the Beastmaster, I think, in the back lines, and there's nothing he can do about it. And that's GG, guys. Well played from TFA. Flux played really well as well. They managed to keep themselves in the game for the early game and the mid game, but late game team fights, TFA just had the stronger coordination and stuff, and really well played by the Conqueror as well. Hit a lot of boats. Really well played by both teams. Anyway, that's me done for this game. I'll probably see you guys in a little bit. We're going to be taking a little break, and then we'll play some more Dota. See you guys later.